changes to 1.
Whatever, whenever, whoever, get a pro shot. Capture the moment, 10 times sooner, always at hand. Samsung Galaxy K Zoom.
Samsung Galaxy K Zoom, a device that will literally change your life. It is this device right here in my hand. It is absolutely incredible. I got a chance to play with it yesterday. It has all the bells and whistles of a Samsung Galaxy S5, but it has an optical zoom which will change the way you take photographs and experience life in general. Slim, beautiful 20mm lens, compatible with the Gear 1-2 Galaxy Fit and Neo. A 20-megapixel camera, which is awesome for taking selfies. And you can shoot like a pro with some help. It's got a great app which actually suggests functions of the way you should shoot, and it's completely updated all the time, meaning that there's constantly new professionals adding their advice onto the device for you. And I mean, that to me is an incredible, incredible attribute to this product, because even the most amateur photographers here can basically learn to shoot like a pro. A great feature if you're in real estate, hotel management, television production, e-commerce or web sales. The feature is called Virtual Tour. I suggest you go and check it out on the back table there, the Experience Zone. The ladies there will guide you through the product as well. Animated mode for e-cards or demos. We'll share that with you a bit later on as well. It's like stop motion graphics, stop motion animation graphics, which is awesome if you're sending a Christmas card or you want to send someone a small presentation. You can also separate, this is for the photographers here, you can also separate the focus and the exposure, meaning that you can change the lighting without having to move your subject. We experienced this yesterday and it works awesome, absolutely awesome. The photos in the room, by the way, courtesy of Ahmed, you can see were taken with the K Zoom, so that is a true attribute to the product as well. And of course, three incredible colors, white, black, and blue, but I'm giving away too much, so now I would like to introduce the Samsung Director for IM, Mr. Manoj Changarampatt, to come up and tell us a little bit more about the product and to welcome you all here today. Give him a round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Farid. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. So a brief welcome to everyone. Thanks for joining us. Invited guests, media representatives, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for joining us here this morning as we introduce the latest member of the Samsung Galaxy family, Samsung Galaxy K Zoom. Before I go into the specifications and what the product can do, let me tell you a few things. So as a family man, I've got a 7-year-old daughter, and she knows what a selfie is. In fact, she thinks that most of the other features in the phone are not relevant. She thinks that smartphones are made for doing selfies and, of course, a little bit of a girly games. Now, I'm not saying that this is the reason why we built K Zoom, but I look cool in front of my daughter, so I'm happy to tell you that that's one of the key features that we are focusing. So as Samsung, we've been an innovative company globally, and our commitment to Kenya market is to bring innovation and innovative products into the market at the same time as the global markets. So one of the things that we have done is we've taken a lot of feedback, insights from the market, insights from the industry. So I guess one of the key features I've already revealed. It's about what a selfie is and how cool a selfie can be taken. Now, why I'm talking about selfies, that if you look at the social media space, I mean, you can talk about the Facebook, the Twitter, and some people use Snapchat because they don't want to, keep their chat for too long, or they can withdraw. You can see millions and millions of selfies out there on the internet. So we thought, why not create a phone with some heavy smartphone camera specifications. And I think that's exactly what we have done with KZoom. We would like to call it as a camera specialized smartphone. I think that's the way we want to categorize this product. And we want to give this to the consumers who are very, very focused on taking the pictures and using heavy camera features, as well as having an awesome smartphone. So I think Farid probably talked about how this is perhaps looked as a S5 hardware and software. So that's pretty much it. So we believe that we need to give our consumers choice and our consumers a reason to not own two devices, perhaps own one device which has a lot of camera features and cool smartphone benefits that you get out of it. We are not there yet. I mean, we've not talked about the whole thing yet, but think about it. I mean, if you can have a camera which can even be a cool smartphone, but also pick up your kids from the school. I'm joking. We haven't reached there yet, but this product, I can tell you the few things, the few technical specification I want to throw out there. So it's got 10x optical zoom. It's huge. But if you look at the product itself, it's quite slim. But when you want to use the camera and when you want to use the zoom, it actually comes out. So what we have achieved here is to build a very, very compact product, but at the same time build in an optical zoom into the main fascia. Of course, we can talk about 20.7 megapixel sensor. It's got a selfie alarm that's perfectly fitted for the selfie addicts. We can talk about 21 modes that it can be used in. So for example, a Galaxy S5 would have 5 modes for photography, and this one perhaps you can look at using all the 21. Sort of talk about pinch zoom. So instead of using, you have two choices of using the zoom, optical zoom. You can use it from the volume key, or you can actually pinch zoom, which is an awesome feature. We can also talk about the HDR feature, which can selectively capture moments, very precious moments of life. So without much ado, I mean, we're going to have a very nice product presentation by John Paul Macharia just after this. But while we are at it, let me also demonstrate one of my son's favorite, which is a selfie mode. So I'm just going to go in. If you can see on the screen right there. So I got into selfie alarm. So I'm going to go. So that's me. Perhaps tilting the screen might help. So what it has done is actually, I haven't touched anything. I've just put in a selfie alarm and hands off any other button. And it actually showed 3 pictures, and I can actually select the best of it. You can see the 3 pictures and save it right there. And now that's an awesome selfie, I would say. Nick, are you listening? All right. So I think you should say goodbye to low quality selfies, and let's look for high quality selfies with KZoom. I think that's what I would say. We also pride ourselves in innovation, and also we have built a huge service network and the 2 years warranty promise in Kenya. So we stand by that, and I think we still getting better at service offerings. So that's pretty much what I can talk about Galaxy KZoom. I'm very happy to introduce Galaxy KZoom today into Kenya market. So there you go, guys. This is actually the product. This is how it looks like, just like a Galaxy S5 or a super smartphone. And in a camera mode, this is how it looks like. So without more speech, and I want to hand over to JP. So thank you so much for your time. If you think that I've been overselling, please, there's some ladies there with the product. Please go and experience yourself and prove me wrong. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks very much, Manoj. Now we'd like to introduce JP, part leader, retail and training, but we all call him Mr. Samsung. JP, please come up and take us through this incredible product. Ladies and gentlemen, give this man a round of applause, please.
Once again, thank you, Farid, for your kind introduction. It is my great honor to bring to us this incredible device, the GALAXYKZoom. Now, I will be taking us through this new product, the GALAXYKZoom. Our product leader, who is our mobile director, Mr. Manoj, has done a very good introduction to the device, giving us a very broad overview of what the GALAXYKZoom is all about. Now, it will be my pleasure to take us through into this device and show us what really makes the GALAXYKZoom stand out as a truly good camera, but also a smartphone device. Now, the GALAXYKZoom has been designed to combine both the functionality of a very good camera device together with a super smartphone, the Galaxy S5. So in the GALAXYKZoom, you really do not have to carry two devices with you. On one device, you can have an excellent smartphone, but again, you can also have a super camera both in one device. Now, I will be allowing us to view a clip of the GALAXYKZoom and how it can be used in everyday life. So in the next clip, you're going to view that. Okay, now the GALAXYKZoom is actually designed. The GALAXYKZoom is actually designed around three key benefits, as we can see here. The first one, as I mentioned, is that you really do not have to carry a camera, high quality camera and a smartphone separately. But you can actually have one device that integrates both of them. Then obviously the GALAXYKZoom is different from your normal everyday smartphone in terms of camera functionality. It comes with excellent camera features. These include real optics, excellent ability to capture your moments, plus super performance. And we're going to look at these in a short while. But again, the K-Zoom combines the features that we introduced on the Galaxy S5 with an excellent camera, and now you can have both in one unique device, which is a K-Zoom. Now, to look at the very first one, indeed, many of us would not want to be in a situation where we have to carry two devices at the same time. And this is why the K-Zoom is actually designed. You want to be out there, you want to be able to capture moments as they happen. You really don't want to plan as you leave your home to carry a dedicated camera and again to carry a smartphone. The K-Zoom is made for this. So you get 3G voice calls on the K-Zoom. You are able to browse. You are able to access functions like Play Store, but you also get very superb camera features like the 20.7 megapixel on the camera of the Galaxy K-Zoom. And we are going to look at more of these in the next slides. The very first feature among the excellent features of the K-Zoom is a 10 times optical zoom. Now, when you consider zoom in a smartphone, you actually zoom in what we call digital zoom. Now, digital zoom is significantly different from optical zoom. When you zoom in using digital zoom, it actually crops the image, and the picture that you eventually have is one that is blurred. Now, you have a great scenery to capture, but again, you cannot capture it nicely. As you can see in these two photos, the first one is actually captured using the optical zoom on the K-Zoom, and the second one is using a normal smartphone, and you can see the difference. So this is what happens when you have optical zoom in your smartphone. Okay, the next key feature that we have on the K-Zoom is actually in terms of hardware. Everybody appreciates that for you to be able to take an excellent photo, you actually need megapixels. Now, these megapixels are the picture elements that your camera is able to take. The more the picture elements, the better the quality of the photo that you'll be taking. Now, the K-Zoom, as we can see here, already comes with 20.7 million picture elements or pixels. Now, you are able to take a nice shot, but even when you zoom into the photo later on to check on some detail, it is still very sharp, superbly sharp. And that is one of the key features of the K-Zoom. Now, moving on, some of us may be familiar, especially those who are from the journalism industry. You may be familiar with the backside illuminated sensor technology. Now, consider a situation where you want to capture an image in the early evening. This is a situation where it is a scenery and you cannot use your flash because your flash will not be strong enough to capture everything in the environment. This is where the BSI CMOS sensor comes in. The sensor is able to capture more light, bring more light into the camera so that the image that you're capturing, they actually look sharp. And this is what is captured on this picture here. It is a scenery of an evening photo, but when it is captured using the K-Zoom, the details are as sharp as you can see them using your eyes. Another excellent feature that has been introduced on the K-Zoom is what we call the optical image stabilizer. Once again, this is a feature that is usually applied when you're taking photos in low light situations. Now, consider taking a photo with your camera. And when you're taking the photo, you will need to press the shutter key. When you're pressing that shutter key, the camera will obviously shake. When you shake, the picture will be blurred. The optical image stabilizer stabilizes that image so that the picture that you eventually capture is sharp. The detail is still there. The focus is still on. And you can actually use this both for still images and also for videos as well. Now, most of us are familiar with the flash on our smartphones. Most smartphones from 15,000 would be having a flash, what we call an LED flash. Now, an LED flash is a good flash, but if you really want to capture good images, you need a xenon flash. So what is the difference between a xenon flash and an LED flash? Now the xenon flash is brighter. That's the first thing. So the image that you capture takes in more detail. Okay, it takes in more detail. The second thing about the xenon flash is that it is actually able to freeze the movement of objects. Take an example. If you are to capture a photo of a fan, you know, the air fan, and the fan is moving at maximum speed, if you use a xenon flash, you would actually be able to see the blades of the fan as if they were still, because xenon flash will penetrate into the fan and freeze the motion of those fans. So this is again professional photography that is put in the hands of our consumers using the K-Zoom. Now, one of the unique things that we have consistently built on our smartphones and cameras is the modes. For a professional photographer, those of you who are here, you are able to adjust different settings like exposure, shutter speeds, in order to capture an image in a certain environment. Now, for an everyday user of a smartphone, they will not be able to know what is the exposure that they require and what shutter speed they need. So we have modes which are already built in, and as Manoj said, we have about 21 of them pre-installed on the K-Zoom. Now, the Pro Suggest helps you to know which mode to utilize in a different scenario. Okay? And if we could play the next clip. So this introduces a Pro Suggest, taking pictures over text. Change it changes to 1.
Whatever, whenever, whoever. Get a pro shot. Capture the moment. 10 times zoom, always at hand. Samsung GALAXYKZoom.
So the professional photographers who are here, you can see your jobs are taken now, because anybody can capture a professional photo because a K-Zoom thinks it for you. Okay. Now, Manoj talked about selfies, and I know he loves selfies as well. So this is a unique feature. What's the difference between taking a selfie on the K-Zoom and taking a selfie on your smartphone? Now, if you're taking a selfie on your smartphone, you are actually going to use a front camera. Now, normally this front camera is very small. It's either VGA, which is 300,000 pixels, or 2 megapixels, which is 2 million pixels. The photo quality may not be exactly what you're desiring. Now, the K-Zoom enables you to use a 20.7 million pixels on the main camera to capture your selfie. And again, Manoj went into the details of this. So the key difference is that now you can have your selfies using a high quality camera rather than using a lower quality front camera. So this is again a first introduced by Samsung. Now this, once again, it looks technical to those of us who may not have the background in photography. But basically what it means is that there's autofocus and auto exposure separation. In layman language, you see on this photo that the brighter landscape, the sunset is brighter, the image of the individual, because of the bright light, is dark. So how can you use the brightness of the far object to make the closer object brighter? And we all have these moments when you take a picture and people say, oh, it is too dark, and the background is actually brighter. This is auto focus and auto exposure separation on the K-Zoom, enabling you, again, like a professional, to be able to capture excellent pictures. You can take the brightness on the distance and use that to focus on the closer object, which is again a very unique and fantastic element of the K-Zoom. Now, again, we are all familiar with, especially those in the journalist who are journalists here, you know where someone is moving, you want to focus on me as I move, and you are unable to do that because I'm moving rather too fast. So if you were to take a picture of me, then it would appear blurred. But the object tracking on the K-Zoom actually solves that problem. A kid could be running as fast as they want to, but once you focus on the kid, however fast they run, the focus will maintain. And the moment when it comes that you want to capture, the picture will be vivid and clear. So you don't lose focus because an object is moving. Maybe it is a political candidate and they are dancing on the stage and so on. So you really don't lose focus. You focus on them, let them move as much as they want to. When the moment comes to capture, then there you go. The K-Zoom solves that for you. Another issue that we have listened to consumers and they have spoken and said, I want to capture a picture, something just started happening. For example, Lisa stood up and she's coming towards me. And I don't have a moment to go and launch camera, start, the phone is already locked. So how do I go quickly to the camera mode? How do I start my camera really fast? That moment, you don't want to miss it. This is what we have designed on the K-Zoom. All you need to do when the phone is locked, it's actually now locked, like someone is doing on the screen. All you need to do is press both the shutter button and the volume button simultaneously, and in 0.3 seconds, your camera will be on. Surely the action cannot be faster than that. You know, you'll be able to capture that action in just 0.3 seconds. Right. Now, the K-Zoom is not only made for capturing excellent photos. The K-Zoom is also made for those moments where you want a video, you want to actually relive the moment. So how do we capture the videos on the K-Zoom? The K-Zoom introduces full high-definition recording. Now, this is actually present in our flagship devices. But what they don't have is a 60 frames per second ability. Okay, so this is actually new. The fact that you can capture 60 frames per second, it gives you very smooth motion for the videos that you capture, so that eventually when you have to play them on your TV, maybe you have a high HD TV, then the pictures or the videos you have taken, they appear as good as if you were seeing them in real life. Okay, so that is the full HD videos. Now, among the three main features of the Galaxy K-Zoom, one was a two-in-one practicality. It is a phone and a camera. The second one is that it has excellent camera features. We have gone through 12 of them. Probably you are not counting. But again, the third one is that you also get the experience of a flagship, of a premium smartphone on the K-Zoom. So you're not buying an entry-level device, you're actually buying something equivalent to a Galaxy S5 in terms of function. So it is actually slim and light. It is only 202 grams. It comes with the finish, the look, the materials of the Galaxy S5. And then once again, if we consider back the Galaxy S5, it actually came with a perforated back, making it have a glam look. This is a Galaxy S5. We have done the same on the K-Zoom. Okay. Again, the colors that we introduced on the Galaxy S5, the metallic blue, the shimmery white, the charcoal black as well, they are all now available on the K-Zoom. So you are having a premium device that is also a superb camera. Now, before we close, some hardware functionality, and this has already been mentioned. What you have, some of the features that we also had on the Galaxy S5. This device comes with a 6-core processor. Now, 6-core processor is a lot of power. It enables you to both run your camera functionality and also run your smartphone functionality on the K-Zoom. But it also has a significantly big RAM. This enables you to multitask. It comes with what we have in Samsung, unique in Samsung, exclusive in Samsung, the Super AMOLED display. So that the photos that you capture on the K-Zoom, they look lifelike. Okay, with the Super AMOLED, you're able to get bright colors, high contrast ratios. You can be able to see the K-Zoom if you're taking pictures under direct sunlight. You don't have to cover it to be able to see the screen of the K-Zoom because it comes with a superior display. And again, for the battery, it has a large battery, 2,400 milliamps of power. Now, some additional or extras that we also have on the K-Zoom that we introduced on the Galaxy S5, one of them is the ultra power saving mode. At 10% of power, you can actually extend your battery life to up to 24 hours in terms of standby time. You can actually extend to either between 12 and 24 hours as you use your device. Then if you are in danger, we have these applied in our smartphones. You can send SOS messages if you are in danger by just pressing the volume button 3 times. You can send a help message with a picture of you with your location, so your friend will know where you are. In case you are taking pictures in a political rally and things got haywire, you can get help. Then we also have the S-Health application. You can use it to track your health, to know how many calories you have consumed and how many calories you need to burn out. Again, it is compatible with our Gear devices. For example, the Gear 2 and the Gear Fit, you can actually pair it with those devices. But when you get home from work, the K-Zoom can be used as a kid's device. So the kids mode helps the parent to control what the child can access on the device. They cannot delete your photos, they cannot go to your gallery, they cannot play the games you have not set, they cannot use the device for longer than you have set. If you want them to use for 10 minutes, it's 10 minutes and the device will lock itself automatically. So it is a kids-friendly device as well, but they can also take their own selfies using the device and take photographs. Finally, as we close, we have a variety of covers which are coming with the K-Zoom, 6 colors available for our users. For those who want higher level of protection, we have the leather back covers which are available. Now, this is what we have already discovered about the K-Zoom. This is just in closing. A device that is 2-in-1. Each of us would want to have that. Everybody here would want to discover, to be able to take pictures in an excellent way, object tracking, exposure separation, selfies as we mentioned it, different things that you can do in terms of camera. And then finally, you are buying a device which is the equivalent of a Galaxy S5 in terms of the services that you get. And that is a Galaxy K-Zoom, ladies and gentlemen. I trust that you enjoyed our presentation. Thank you very much.
It is 55,000 shillings inclusive of VAT with a 16 gig memory card and free 1.5 gig Safaricom bundle. And now we want to give one of these awesome Galaxy K-Zooms away. Can we give this lady a round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen? This is Lisa. Okay, you pick. You ready? Okay, so Lisa will pick. I will hold the bowl.
And the lucky winner is Vonette Orinda.
Vonette. There you go. Media, please get your pictures taken now. She is the proud winner of this incredible device.
I'm really surprised and shocked. I didn't expect it. Thank you so much, Samsung. I really appreciate it. And I'll take so many photos because I'm a fashion blogger. So yeah, thank you.
Perfect.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our program today. And I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you. I'd like to acknowledge you for taking the time to be with us today. Now, for the media who are here with us, we appreciate your support and your passion. And we thank you for being with us all through. And we ask you that you continue being our ambassadors outside there. Now, for our business partners who are here, we thank you for taking the time to join us this morning. Thank you for being with us here, and your passion, we can actually see it in the business. For my colleagues from Samsung, thank you. For the media, and for all who took the time to join us this morning, thank you. Now, as we come to the end of our day, we don't want you to leave. We have refreshments still, and we want you to come and join us as we take selfies and for some photo ops. Thank you and have a wonderful day.